Ah, Porsche Macan video. Wait, you got your Porsche Macan back from the dealership? Yes. How's your butt feeling? Oh, it hurts. How was the build? Oh, I'm still crying over it. But it does drive correctly. They did fix the check engine light. I am not an emissions guy. When I had my Porsche 997, I spent hours and hours and hours, and you would never know. The issue is like, you got to take the exhaust off, and you have to Dremel out the little holes that go from the secondary injection system into the exhaust manifolds. You'd never know. You need a specialized technician who could figure that out. And just like with this car, I wasn't going to torture myself. I paid them, and the computer said it was a valve not opening and closing correctly. That wasn't it. A previous mechanic who worked on the car broke a clip that holds a hard vacuum line, and they manipulated it so that it was rubbing against the serpentine belt, and the serpentine belt cut a hole in this hard vacuum line, which is $475 for this hard vacuum line. I know, did I just say that? $475. Oh yeah, Daddy said. And then because it's like this crazy hard line that runs from the front of the car back to the gas tank, it's like ridiculous labor to get it installed. So my attitude might be bad right now because that was like a $3,000 bill. And when we get home, I'll break it down. And you don't want to know, you do want to know all the things, because I paid big money for the diagnostics. I mean, big money for because there's the original diagnostic, but then since this wasn't a simple fix, they had to put a lot more time into it. And yeah. But it's fixed. And there's a long list of stuff to do, but the rest of it will be lots of YouTube videos that I'll be sharing with you that we do to fix the car. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Woo! And of course the cat meows as soon as I start the video. I was going to read off all the stuff from the Porsche stuff, and I'll get to the dealer in a moment. Biscuit, my goodness, Biscuit. My wall of RC cars is getting to be a wall of disarray with broken RC cars. Broken, broken, broken. Broken, 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 broken. I think broken. But this new toy. Is it Snobby Cat? Is that what it is? Snobby Cat. Alright. Now the kitty cat is fed. Porsche Macan. Porsche Macan. Oh. $3,094.83. Annual oil change plus check engine light. I was making a rambling video about everything that was wrong and decided we're going to change all that, but hey, cold start, Macan S, all stock exhaust, even the dent. Yeah, it's a little crooked. I'm not gonna... It can be crooked for life. I don't care. How's it mean cold start, though? basically, in a nutshell, is the dealership did exactly what I wanted, and it was exactly what I expected. It was fixed correctly. They found all the issues wrong with the car. It just costs way more than you'd want it to cost. I was most shocked that the cost of the labor rate at the dealership currently is $275 an hour. It has gone up a lot since I first bought that 997, and it was like $170 an hour, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of expensive. And then it became $200 an hour, and then it was $220, and I guess I hadn't been there in a while, and they had a big increase. And good for them, because a normal place that charges that much, no one would go to, but they have a 3-week wait to get your car in to get repaired. And for this car, I was given so much bad advice, I just had to pay it. You know, that's just what you do. No one knows the emission systems like they do, and they probably have this procedure to test things and to smoke test the car, and then they found the issue, and it was a vacuum line, which I wasn't expecting. This hard plastic vacuum line. They slightly misrepresented how difficult it is to install it, but that's okay. I didn't want to do it. I could have done it, but I didn't want to do it. And so to get this car fixed was $3,000. The vacuum line itself was $500. But the place I bought the car from, so I never really talked about where I bought my Porsche Macan from in Hawaii. And now that this is all resolved, I bought it from a little dealer, independent place. And when I bought the car, I was really concerned. I'm like, yeah, the car looks like it's behind on maintenance. You know, I want to be sure that when I buy the car, it's not going to have an issue. And they're like, no, it's not going to have any issues. We give a 1,000-mile warranty on the transmission just to be safe. And if you get a check engine light in a few days like you're concerned, come to us. And they were actually really good. They're down on Dillingham. When I first had the issue, they're like, here, get you a loaner. They gave me that nice BMW. And then they sent the car to their mechanic. It's just their mechanic is not a good mechanic when it comes to the Porsche. They were very adamant that he's a good mechanic. And then they actually paid for the parts, the $479 vacuum line. They paid for that, so I was like, you know what, that's all I needed. The dealership fixed it. They charged me an arm, a leg, a toe. For the car club, the Oahu European Car Club, I custom-made shirts. I had a few different people help me with the final edits, and they're out being printed, so they will be available for the t-shirt. They're not free, they'll be like 20 bucks. I still have shirts, coins, hats, stickers for the car club members. And that's it. Yeah, I was just embarrassed about all my rambling. A couple drinks in, trying to talk about how much they wanted to charge for all these things, but we won't go into that. I'll just let you know that there's going to be a lot of YouTube videos, because I'm not going to pay them to do all the things they found. They didn't like the inspection they did on the brakes. They found a fuel line that had oil weeping residue around it. They found the tires are the wrong tires on this car, which is very entertaining. Tire talk, right? All Porsches are supposed to use N-series or N-rated tires. I think it's N-rated tires, because the cars have negative camber. You know, the wheels pinch into the body just a little. And because of that, they use special tires with a slightly stiffer inner sidewall for the car to wear that way. And if you don't have that type of tire on there, I don't know the effect, but the Porsche dealer was like, you got the wrong tires on there. And the tires are near worn out. You should buy new tires. So they found some suspension bits that were cracked in the rubber. So we'll see about that. It'll probably be similar to my 996. We'll have to replace all the front control arms that come with all the rubber pieces in it. We'll have to do a brake job on this car. And they found, entertainingly enough, the wire that comes out of the air conditioner. Actually, I'll show that clip because I was very adamant about it when I was talking.
Found impact damage here to the right side rear bumper and the exhaust here. We recommend replacing this right rear tire and feathering wear along the entirety of this right front tire. Found the lower control arm bushings to be torn. Also found the upper controlling bushings to be torn. The AC compressor connector to be zip tied here, and connector housing cracked. The pins are exposed. We recommend replacing this connector. Found this vacuum line here to be unclipped. And serpentine belt cut through this vacuum line. I recommend replacing that line. Found the brake pads that are installed on the front to be the incorrect size. The pad material is hanging over the rotor. We recommend replacing these front brakes. Check the rear brake pads. Rear pads. About 8 millimeters. However, found the rotors to be heavily grooved. Indicating the brake pads were replaced without the rotors. We recommend replacing these rear rotors as well.
So they wanted, basically, they offered me $21,000 in repairs so this car would get all green check boxes, which was kind of sad. And no, I didn't do that. I spent $3,094, and now the car runs and drives fine, even though it does need brakes and needs tires. Does it need it immediately? No, but it's something we're gonna do before the end of the year. There you go. I totally changed the way this video was gonna go. Sadly, I work a ton, so I can't go to the beach. And you can see the ocean in the distance. If you had any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below. I'm always entertained and trying to answer people's questions. I did recently get a question about when you put the car in reverse, does only the red light on, or does it say R, versus when you're in PDK mode, it shows the number 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4. And we'll have to check that out as soon as I park this car, because I didn't even think about it. No, no R, just the light. So Julio, I appreciate that question. No, the light just goes R, it doesn't display the letter R when you're in reverse. Get some lunch. I really do love having a beater Porsche to drive around in. I really loved when I had my 997. I could just take it anywhere and not worry about it. Same thing with this Macan. I could take it anywhere. I don't care if someone scratches it or gets an extra ding in it. I probably won't even notice. That's the nice thing about having one that's used and a little beat up. You just won't care when it's brand new and you're like, oh, every scratch. That's all I got for you today. Aloha. Till the next one.